Hello, welcome to my channel 100 Days with Kajal. Today we'll be going over some tips and advice I have for taking your digitals for aspiring models and professional models. Now, before we get started, I'm going to show you my digitals that I took. Well, really, it was like late December, but early 2025. Okay, so now you got to see me, and we're going to get straight into the tips and advice, and I have it all written down so I don't forget anything. Okay, number one, you want to make sure that you practice at home. Now, you can practice from a mirror, you can take a video of yourself. Actually, I do both. So in the mirror, I feel like you can do that when you feel more comfortable after like you've practiced a little bit. But like when you take a video of yourself, you can see how you move from one movement to the next. You can see your tics fully, because when a photographer is taking your photo, you typically can't see yourself do it, and you just want to see how you naturally, I don't say naturally pose, but like your tics, anything that you're doing wrong, you can catch it on video, and then you can correct it and go back and say, oh, this is what I keep doing, and you can like constantly review. And that's one reason I prefer video, but you can also do mirror in conjunction with it, and it's honestly great. When you do practice, you want to make sure you do like a half body shot, 3/4, side, close up. You can literally Google it and see everything that you need. Also, you can reach out to your agent if you're already signed and see exactly what they want from you. Some of them ask for walking videos, some of them ask for like e-commerce videos, some of them ask for a slate where you say your name, your agency, where you're from, and like a big old smile. So you want to make sure that you know what you need. Now, if you're not already signed and you're, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Signing up or applying. There you go. That's the word. When you're applying to other agencies, see what they are looking for and like have a laundry list of all the items that you need, because some agencies may ask for a close-up. I feel like most do, but just for an example, some may ask for a close-up and some may not. So you want to make sure that before you book the photographer, which you can also take the photos at home. We'll talk about that later, but you want to make sure that you have everything that you need and that you're not booking the photographer and then you forget this super important thing that you needed for this one agency that you really want, and then like SOL, right? You don't want to do that. Oh, back to the example for the video. Sorry, I'm excited. So when I take a video of myself and I practice, and I still do practice because you never want to get rusty, I noticed that whenever I do anything really, my left shoulder like lifts up a little bit, and I recognize I have a lot of tension in my shoulders, which I'm trying to fix. It's getting significantly better, and now that I'm able to recognize it as soon as it happens, and I can like correct it, and now I'm just trying to get into the habit of it not happening at all. But anywho, my shoulder would like rise up a little bit, and you would see that in my photos when I'd go like this, and I'm like, okay girl, come on, right? In the video, I know that, okay, my left shoulder rises up. I try to catch it like, oh, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. And I try to find ways to like let myself know like, okay, relax your shoulders. So one thing I do, once I get there, I look at the photographer, of course, and I do like a mental checklist, right? I make sure that my pelvis is like tucked in, like I'm holding my stomach, of course, you know, we all do that. I'm relaxing my neck and my face, and I'm like, okay, shoulders. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm glad I caught myself. I did that. So that's one reason why I really like taking a video of myself practicing in order to prepare for it. Number two, now this is pretty important. It's your basic attire. So typically you want to wear all black. You can steer away from that if you're a little bit more experienced and you know exactly what the type of clients that book you want. So I say like use your discernment for that, but overall, if you're new, if you're up and coming or whatever in between, all black was the way to go. So when you do all black, you want to do black skinny jeans. Black skinny jeans. I'm not a skinny jeans person. Let me say that. I do have some digitals where I have like boot cut, black, like black acid wash, whatever, black acid wash jeans, whatever. It's super cute and I love it. And don't get me wrong, I look fabulous, but I do know that with skinny jeans, it does elongate my legs. So of course, when you're a model, of course you want to look taller. So skinny jeans is the way to go. Make sure they're like jet black. You can get them from Old Navy. That's the one I got it. Super comfy and affordable. That's what you want. So next, a well-fitted top. So in the photos that you saw, I got this. It was polyester. Let's be honest. Like polyester or spandex or like some stretchy, super black material that doesn't get lint rolls on it. Like that's a big one. Like whenever you look for black shirts for your digitals, or just even for when you're going to castings and fittings and stuff, try to find clothing that doesn't get lint balls as often, because you don't want to carry around lint what the heck lint roller all the time. It really gets annoying. So I got that from Amazon. I think it was like between $15 or $20. It's not too bad. I really like it. I also do like tank tops. But anything that's like well fitted really accentuates your shoulders or your boobs or whatever, like just puts you all together. You don't want to look lumpy or frumpy or like loose. You want to make sure it's tight. Make it tight, right? Lastly in this section, black open-toed stilettos. Now, from my experience, a lot of my agents or people would want me to wear open-toed heels, and from seeing everybody else around me from different agencies as well, they also do open-toe heels. Now you can also do pointed heels, pointed stiletto heels. That's not a big problem, but if you already signed, then ask your agent what they want in your digital. So that's honestly the best way to go, is to ask. And if you're applying for different agencies, go through their model catalog or list and like click the models that kind of look like you, or the ones that you like, whatever. You click on them and usually you'll see their digitals included in there. And if you see a running theme of them wearing open-toed heels, then obviously wear open-toed heels. Now, if they're not, then you know what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, look around your surroundings. You don't have to figure out everything by yourself. Okay, number 3, the next section is your athletic and swim attire. So we'll start with swim. When you do swim, you want to wear a black bikini. Always, always, always. I don't really care what your body type is. I say that with respect, but a black bikini is the way to go. Now, there are different types of bikinis. I personally look great with high-waisted bikini bottoms. And I look great with like a halter top, bikini top. Now, with the photos that I just showed you guys, obviously it's not a haltered bikini top. I couldn't find it, which it frustrated me, but it's okay. But it honestly makes me look the best, especially since I don't have like as big of breasts, and like it pulling in kind of like pulls it in, and it also makes my frame look smaller. There's a science to it. There's science to it. So figure out what type of silhouettes within the black bikini realm work best with your body, but overall, black bikini. I don't know why I said it so slow. All right, next is athletic. Typically when I do the athletic part of it, I wear like a yoga set, or I wear biker shorts with a sports bra that's either the exact same color or something that goes really well with it. You want to make sure that you get one of those two, the yoga set or like the biker and sports bra, because honestly it shows off your body the most. It's very fitting and like pulls everything in. That's what you want. Typically when I do a yoga set, I like to have colors that are similar. If I do like a different sports bra, or one monochrome, there we go, or monochrome, as you saw when I did the all red, because if you do one color, it elongates your body. Now the issue with my photo, I hope you like, if you notice, is that my shoes are gray. Because my shoes are gray and it's a completely different color scale theme from the red, it kind of cuts off my height, and you can like see that I'm on the shorter side, if that makes sense. Now if I was smart, I would have wore maybe like pink tennis shoes, or maybe a warm red, or anything like a warmer color to continue the long red. Well, how did I say that? To just continue the red, right? It makes you look longer, right? It's like I said, there's a science to it. So when you are out buying your yoga or your biker sports bra set, honestly, go to Target. They have great sets and they're pretty affordable. And you want to make sure you buy something that you know you'll wear. Every time I have to get like a new athletic thing, I make sure it's something that I like. If I have to order online, then so be it. But best believe, after that shoot, I'm wearing it to the gym. I'm going to be wearing it. It's now in my wardrobe. So you want to make sure you do that. Okay, let's go to the next section. Okay, number 4. Now this is gonna be like a little touchy for some people, but diet and exercise. Overall, outside of the shoot, you want to make sure you eat good and you exercise. Now, everybody's body is different, so what you need to do needs to be catered for you. So I'm not gonna give like any exercise tips other than like be consistent, make sure you're not hurting yourself or like making yourself feel bad or like, oh, I'm ugly if I don't do it. No, not really. So just make sure you eat good. Oh, this is something that I had to learn on my own. I'm so glad I wrote it down. The day of your shoot, the day before your shoot, and maybe the day before your shoot, right? 2 days before, right? You want to avoid certain foods because they'll make you bloated and gassy, right? And when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense, especially if you're doing like swim or athletic. You want to make sure that like you're comfortable and that like, you know, you look your best, right? There's some foods that just are our arch nemesis. So the foods you want to avoid are dairy, sugar, obviously, but the ones that caught me off guard are broccoli, cabbage, beans, cauliflower, soda is a given, and like various fruits. Now, if you know what makes you bloated, then obviously avoid it. These other items are known for making people in general gassier and bloated. If you avoid them on the days of your shoot and a couple days before, you will feel a lot better and more confident in your body and in the photos. I had to learn this the hard way because okay, luckily enough, it wasn't on a shoot. It wasn't, whoa. Luckily enough for me, it wasn't during a time when I was taking photos, but I had recently made like the salad mix and it quite literally had cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower in it. And I was just so gassy. It's TMI, I'm so sorry. And me and my sister were just talking about that, but we were not understanding why we were just so gassy and bloated. It was just insane. I brought it up to her and she's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you said something. Me too. And I was like, it's a salad. It's a salad. And when we talked about it, I was like, okay, I gotta make sure I include that in this video. And luckily enough, in all my other shoots, I didn't really eat any of those foods during that time, so I didn't have to like suffer through that. But like, you want to make sure that you figure out what foods make you gassy and bloated and icky and avoid it the day of, the day before, even the week of any shoot that you may have. The foods that you do want to eat, this list is very short. Is of course protein, because it makes you full, it gives you energy, and you're satisfied and you're not like hungry and like thinking about food while you're there. You're focused on what you need to do. And leafy greens like kale and lettuce and avocados. I think avocados are good too. So you want to make sure you eat like heavy green foods leading up to the shoot because it won't make you as gassy, it'll make you full, it'll make you feel good. They're just good foods overall. Okay, number 5, your photographer. Now, when you are looking for a photographer, of course, you go through their Instagram, their website, their portfolio. You want to make sure that you see photos that you really like and know that are well. And then you want to go through and see if they work with models that look like you, whether that's your skin tone, your body type, your height, whatever. If you see that and you're like, okay, I feel like they can work really well with me, because trust me, there's photographers who have looked at their work and I just know that we would not mesh well together. And that's not to like discredit them, but I'm like, you know what, I'm here for the best photos, and if I'm paying you for it, you know, it's not gonna happen. After you have a list of photographers that you like, and this is something that I did as well, send it to your agent. You want to make sure they approve of those photos, because those photographers, because if they don't like their photos, they're going to be like, you know what, I don't think any of the casting directors or XOX are going to like these. And they're in the industry much longer than you are, and also they don't have that emotional attachment to those photos because it's not them. You see your photos of yourself and you think they're cute, and you, of course, you feel hurt and offended if someone's like, oh, these are not good, because you feel like, oh, you're ugly. It's like, no, these photos overall just don't meet the industry standards. It has nothing to do with you, and this ensures that you don't have to waste money or like time having to go back and forth and like retake photos that you already took. It's a lot, but reach out to your agent for it. Now, if you are not signed, it can be not as difficult, but go to your favorite model in your area, right? Look up models in your area, whether you're like in me, Louisville, Kentucky, or neighboring cities like I have like Chicago, Atlanta. I look at like photographers in Miami and see what type of photos that they have, see what type of agencies they're signed to, and you're like, okay, this is the photographer that I want to go to. Now, of course, look for ones that are, I'm not saying specialty, but take digitals. Now, there are other ones who take solely swim or solely lifestyle or solely XYZ. I'd say avoid them because they don't work with digitals. Now, if you find a photographer that quite literally says digitals in their bio, good chances that those photos are going to come out well. Do your research. Just see other people that you like, and then the photographer, and then of course like pull that in, and then just take the leap of faith, especially if you don't have an agent to co-sign on your decision. Number 6, I just have some general house rules. Number 1, you don't want any like colorful chip nails like on your toes or your fingers. Make sure it's clean. I get a very toupee. No, it's not toupee. What is it called? It's like this very light brown that matches my nail bed, and it makes it look like nude for me. And I do that on my toes, and I do like clear nail polish on my nails, and you make sure it's like nice and clean, because you don't want like dirty nails, especially if you're posing and you do something like this and then like they see your nail. It's just extra work for the photographer to do, and if there's not as much Photoshop needed, then like the better. And also, you don't want it to be like so Photoshop. It's a digital. I do want to note that in your digitals you want little to no makeup. Now the ones you guys just saw, I still had a little makeup, but a little more than I did last year. I think last year I had absolutely no makeup, and I still like those photos, but clearly my texture was showing. I didn't like overdo it with like blush. I didn't put any blush. I just did a what did I use? The Fenty Skin Blur. It's super light. It's not even full coverage. Did a little bit here and there. I did a little concealer to brighten up areas that I like darkened with the foundation, just to brighten my face up, and then like baby lip gloss. Like literally that's it. You don't want too much on there because they are digitals. Digitals are supposed to show like your true you without like there's so much editing and Photoshop and makeup and all that stuff. You want it to be minimal. That's why it's important to find a photographer that works with models who take digital, or photographers that have a specialty in taking digitals. There you go. I don't know why I'm messing that up. Also, okay, next one. You want to make sure that you take your digitals every 6 months. Now, last year I didn't do that. It's okay. I was doing a lot. I was busy. I was in graduate school. Still am. I still have 2 classes left. We're not even going to talk about that. I was working part-time. I was doing a lot. So I only took my digitals once, and I had like other photo shoots and jobs that I was doing that year, it was a pretty good year last year. But you want to make sure you take it every 6 months, because winter you or warm weather you and cold weather you look different. Obviously, during colder months, people typically gain a little more weight because of the holidays, which is honestly no big deal. It's so natural for your body to fluctuate. And you look a little different in that sense. Sometimes you get a haircut. Maybe you change your hair color. Maybe your skin changed. Maybe you're going through menopause. Who freaking knows? You want to make sure you take it 2 times a year. Now, I took it late December for, 2025, and I'm going to take my next one May, June time, the latest July. When you do that, honestly, you look good to your agents and other agencies and stuff. And also, you want to always keep like looking for other agencies and applying and stuff. You want to make sure they're fresh and uploaded to your Instagram so people can see them. So it's good to do them every 6 months. Lastly, have fun. Okay, like yes, this is business. It's serious. It's your job. But at the same time, it's fun. Like, you're taking photos. You can interact with the photographer. If you need to be guided a little bit, that's completely okay. Even supermodels get guided from time to time. It's okay. Like, you can ask, or they even offer. And while you're there, like, be playful, interact with the photographer. Don't be so stoic and weird. I don't know, like, I've had photographers tell me like bad experiences they've had, and they didn't like name anyone, but they would say like people are like really weird or like standoffish, and it's like, well, we're both here doing a job, and it's like I'd like it to be enjoyable. And those, you want to build connections with them, because they may know casting directors or agents or other photographers or makeup artists or whatever, or events that you may be interested in. And when you build that relationship, they may reach out to you. They may let you know about it. They may you may chat it up. You always want to make sure that you're making that like connection with the people that you work with. Even when you get booked, make sure you're nice. Like, I don't understand people who are rude and nasty and just like are stuck up. Like, we're all here to work together, and it should be fun, and we should try to make it enjoyable for everyone. That also being said, if someone makes you uncomfortable, of course speak up, or walk away, or speak to the authority there. It really depends. Like, and if you feel uncomfortable going to take your digitals by yourself, take somebody with you, so that way you don't feel like you're trapped. I'm not saying like common knowledge, kind of is, but like I'm just going to reiterate for anyone who absolutely doesn't know. Bonus. I usually don't do this. So recently I learned something new, and I'm gonna talk about it with you guys, and this is something that I'm currently working on. So when I was taking my digitals, and she had asked me to do like e-commerce poses, and I was just like, I know what that is, but I wasn't really like, I didn't do it often. I was like, yeah, like I'm thinking secondhand nature, whatever. I'm doing it, and she was super nice, but pretty much it was like, no, that's not it. I was horrible, but I'm not even gonna show you guys a video or demonstrate what I did. So she had told me like, okay, like let's practice. So we practiced a little bit. So e-commerce, if you're unfamiliar with it, is the things that the things that you see on like catalogs and websites and like billboards, like the really subtle movements. Like you feel like the models aren't really doing anything. They're like standing. Oh, pretty much my digitals, right? Leaning from side to side. They might put their hand in the pockets, like do something, like put their arm here, hold a jacket, like very small incremental movements. And it's like a billion poses within that, and you just gotta be like quick with it. I know you guys can't see like what I'm doing with my lower body, but trust me, it's like I'm moving. Every Friday I have been practicing for about like, I would say a minimum 10 minutes. The longest I did was maybe 45 of just the poses. I try on different clothes in my closet. I try with jackets, dresses, heels, boots, big pockets. I say big pockets, like big pants with big pockets, right? I've done it with a purse, a hat. Like I try to get used to having to do quick incremental poses and like have a variety of them. And I tried to first, well, I didn't try, I did. I first practice with my feet, like getting comfortable with like moving it, stepping forward, lifting it up to my knee. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but it's okay. It really is okay. And like I worked my way up. So then after that, I got used to like what to do with my hands. So like cross them, put it in my pocket, cross them like this, like this, like this, hold on my jacket. Like it really depends on what garment I have on. And I practice it every Friday, and I've been getting significantly better. I say every Friday. Most Fridays. I feel like I've missed maybe one or two. But most Fridays I've been practicing them, because that is something that if you are a model like me, 5'6", you know, a little on the curvier side, you'll probably do lifestyle, commercial, beauty, athletics, all that stuff. And that's something you want to look into. And I'm sure there are other videos on YouTube that demonstrate it. The ones that I've seen aren't the greatest, but there are some good ones out there. So that's something that I learned and that I'm currently working on. And so hopefully when I take my digitals again in May, June, that I do significantly better, and that my Reels video, which is just me doing the poses and stuff like really quickly and stuff, is perfect, or just really good, significantly better than the one I just took. All right, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and just because I have free will, I'm going to roll my digitals again. Okay, bye, love you.